Hello everybody, welcome back. This is going to be a short episode. I am Kunugusis.
And I'm Icarix, and we apologise for the we apologise for all these technical and timing setbacks. As you all know, I'm a complete idiot, and I deserve all the blame I get.
He's learning, everyone. He's learning.
Or as Kunugusis would tell you, so.
Yes. Anyways, enough of that dreary old stuff. We have a bit of a short episode, and currently just trying to get my financial affairs in order. My income suddenly plummeted. I think some of that could be that I don't know for sure, that I think I was running this without Age of Hellenism accidentally.
Come on, Kunugusis, you're smarter than this.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just lose track of what mods you're going through. Fact is, I think Age of Hellenism wasn't running at the time. That might have contributed to why the income just suddenly dropped. So I'm starting to tax a few regions, and that's eating into food, but I'm okay for that. The visual make it look a bit weird. I think I had the brightness set pretty high. I think I messed around with the brightness settings. But anyways, so just the usual setting up stuff. My champion leveled up. And yes, my opportunity to purchase a settlement fell through. I think I was trying to buy some territory off my Numidian allies, but didn't work out that way. This is with these Timbe's trade regions mod. Haven't used it in a while.
No?
Yeah, it's good mod, just it's not compatible with other mods like AVR, which gives the agents some more unique visuals, and so I just haven't been using it in other campaigns. But yes. So in Magna Graecia, I'm just sorting out the buildings for the recently captured Taras.
You set up a wharf and a military and walls, so that's...
Well, it already has walls. But I'm recruiting some local troops. So I am deciding to merge and get rid of one of my Etruscan hoplites, so I can recruit some Tarentine white shields. Just for variety.
What are white shields like?
They're pretty good. They're hoplites. They just have a unique look. Because, you know, white shields, they're Tarentine hoplites. That's neat to have. As well as some Tarentine Thoreo spears. This is going to be a bit of a Tarentine heavy army. Italian heavy. Because of all the casualties I took from the last battle involving Romans.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I got some nice Tarentine cavalry in that army, I think. As, you know, which are pretty nifty. They're okay, but yeah. The Tarentines, they were quite popular in a lot of Greek armies. Even they probably... It seemed like Tarentine cavalry was just kind of a popular feature in a lot of Hellenistic armies. Though they weren't, though they're unlikely to be actually Tarentines. More likely, I think a lot of them were just people who were trained to fight in a Tarentine style and equipped in a Tarentine style. Kind of a pseudo-ethnic thing, maybe you could say. It's a thing in a lot of these time periods. Cretan archers aren't always actually Cretans, they're just people who are equipped like Cretans.
Spare my arms.
But anyways,
well, why do you trouble my digestion
so as we
today?
see, about to declare war on the Carpatani to consolidate our holdings in Iberia even more.
It shall be. We are honest folk and prefer the sharp sword.
So I moved Dido's faithful to Iplacia.
We're meeting up with
besieging settlement.
And then we proceed to go on the aggressive. So
Steeds of
Epane. So I decided to launch this assault. It's a river crossing battle. He has the Brethren of Baal attacking the steeds of Epane. So yeah, I'm going to get stuck into this now.
Yes, indeed.
And here we are. Forgive the not so great visuals of all this, I was using different recording software for this battle.
And you'll also have to forgive the audio desync as well.
Yeah, it seems like that's the problem using the NVIDIA shadow capture. I don't think I really was able to catch on to whatever errors were there. I normally rely on OBS, but I think I was having problems with OBS at the time. So I thought this might be better for the sake of experimentation.
And now you know better.
Yeah, well now I think I'm a little bit better at using OBS. But anyways. So this time the AI has split its army into two groups. As I've mentioned, river crossing battles can go either way. The AI will split its force in two separate groups on the two sides, or they'll just be converged in one. This is the former example. So my troops are fighting. It's currently a bit of a skirmish. My Balearic slingers are taking on their Balearic slingers.
A battle of the Balearic Singers.
Slingers.
Slingers. A battle of the
Balearic.
It's like a word twister.
Balearic slingers.
The battle of the Balearic Slingers.
And we have my Libyan Thoreo spears moving in and encountering some Qart-Hadasht javelins. So this will be neat. Thoreo bearers versus Kytra bearers. So I think by this point I've stopped using Qart-Hadasht in my armies.
Why is that?
Because I wanted to use Libyan Thoreo swords instead.
Again, with you and your Libyans.
Well, the Libyan Thoreo swords do have bigger shields, which is better.
Fair point.
You know? They have better melee defense and better missile block. That's what the shield bonus does. Yeah.
So what's going on over here now?
Well, I'm moving my hoplites over. I'm moving some of my hoplites over, crossing the river. On this front. As my slingers are firing away. It's my Sacred Band, Libby Phoenician hoplites.
Crossing over into enemy lines.
Yes, and my elephants are beginning to move in.
Ooh, they're making short work of them.
And my Libyans are holding firm as my other melee troops are moving around. Scutari.
Coming at them from the rear.
Oh no, my elephants are going in from the front.
No.
Since they're going through my guys. Because they're not going to harm my guys unless they go berserk. But that doesn't happen often in DEI.
No?
It's a thing that I think happened pretty commonly in Rome 2 Vanilla, but in DEI I don't think elephants go berserk nearly as often. You know, one of the
Is there a special event that would trigger them to go berserk?
I think it's just the way they're probably programmed in DEI. It's not so much an event, just I think that they take a lot of ranged damage, particularly if they get a lot of ranged fire or bogged down in a melee, they could possibly go berserk, but this doesn't happen as often in DEI. I think they're a little bit sturdier.
Oh.
In DEI, elephants are a bit sturdier to missile damage, but weak in a prolonged melee. But anyways, my Numidians are charging after those slingers, but ended up being hit by enemy cavalry instead.
Ooh, that's rough.
And as we see, aside from the glitchiness, my troops are breaking the Iberians. The Qart-Hadasht trying to hold us off. This is my Ilergeton, which are all Iberian soldiers.
Qart-Hadasht are still holding their ground, so...
Oh yeah, but not for long.
So far.
The Qart-Hadasht aren't going to hold their ground for much longer.
Impressively are so far.
Oh, yeah, well, Iberians are pretty fierce people. After all, the Romans did copy their swords.
Dangerous big bastards.
Well, that's the thing, a lot of what the Romans used wasn't unique to them. Chainmail? That's Celtic. You know? Even using Celtic helmets. But anyways, two enemies charging into my hoplite wall. As you see, my Libby Phoenicians are in a bit of a janky position.
You can say that again.
Oh well, they're still going to be able to hold pretty firm. My slingers are still firing on the enemy. And I'm sending my general to attack those Scutari Iapones. This is my
Any
other
sign of
cavalry.
the enemy general?
I don't think anything's happened to the enemy general yet. But I'm certainly moving my other cavalry around, waiting, I think, for the enemy to kind of fully blob in before I might charge my cavalry.
The enemy are circling our hoplites.
Well, they got one group moving around. My hoplites are holding pretty firm.
Better watch their backsides.
I got cavalry around.
Let's just hope they're useful.
Well, yeah, they're pretty good cavalry.
Hoplites are still standing strong.
Well, yeah, that's their job. Plus, you know, I've got some good hoplites. Libby Phoenicians, Greek mercenary hoplites, Sacred Band. You can't exactly go wrong with those dudes.
No, I guess not.
But they are dealing with a hail of javelins. But yeah, so enemy Qart-Hadasht are sort of attacking. Well, no, they're not really Qart-Hadasht. I'm not sure, it's probably a mix of units there, but those are, I think, largely Qart-Hadasht. But they're being hit by slick shots, because they're vulnerable.
Ooh.
There's the enemy general, being pursued by my cavalry.
There he is.
My Lusitani cavalry are hitting them, which is good. And I'm gonna move. It looks like I'm moving my Libby Phoenicians to also hit the enemy general. Now my additional troops are moving towards the enemy blob. There's my Libyan Thereo swords. As you can see, they got their javelins, their shields enduring the enemy javelins.
Javelins and shields at the ready.
Yes, even my elephants are moving. Speaking of Thereo swords, they gotten changed in the new DEI 1.3.1 patch.
Yeah?
They're now going to turn to some kind of a hybrid melee skirmishers. So they're going to have extra javelins, but be slightly weaker in melee. Yeah, so here's the elephants attacking. I think those enemy swordsmen being hit by elephants.
You just won't move out of the way.
There's my Libyan Thereo spears fighting enemy Iberians. Going pretty well. I thought the enemy's being hit from behind. And my elephants are converging. Gonna be quite a smashing time, eh?
Yeah? Mash.
So yeah, gonna be a nice decisive victory, I say. Got my Scutari chasing down those skirmishers.
I would have to concur.
Yes, it'd be nice when we start doing a Maria campaign next, because that'll be a lot more elephants.
Yes, lots and lots of elephants.
And some nice two-handed shock infantry and chariots. And even elephant generals. So,
Really?
yes. And a few nice Indo-Greek units, because you can't go wrong with the Indo-Greeks.
I guess not.
And there's even Indo-Greek Thereo spears. They're pretty neat. And Indo-Hellenic peltasts. They're also pretty good. But yes.